All right, so good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Gold-talker. Now, welcome to Koki Radio and Television Station where they're giving a back-to-back as they happen as the suburb for the Obodo, Nigeria. Still on scene, on this political analysis and on top the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administrations and every other political analysis, especially on top of this matter where they happen for the era for the Obodo, Nigeria. Recently, where they hot here and there, that Wike is alleging that they inherited, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu inherited a bad government, in fact, debt government from Buhari. And now, Barrister Dalita has come on board and said and defended that they should tell us, they should explain to us in details, which means may they tell us as Nigerians, waiting and waiting they inherited for Buhari way back there. Is it that when the bag of rice they were selling 35,000 naira, that they inherited, that them can't sell 100 plus, now the bad government where they inherited, maybe they can't tell us so that in fact, with the level it is now that Wike is just trying to create a great distraction for this ADC and this coalition where they come on board. In fact, for this channel, for this video today, I'm still going to take us to a level whereby they are already telling Atiku not to contest for 2027 if they want to make a way and clear off this Kankawam Kuwam. Yes, so on top of this matter, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, try as much as possible. May take what you can, may if they hear the update as it is said. Right now, we're going to be playing the video of Barrister Dalton telling Wike to come and tell Nigerians, especially Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to come and tell Nigerians where to be the tea where they inherit from Buhari, where make the economy come dabaru, come to come to me. Now, as I play, we'll watch the video. We'll be right back.
Wike is not defending the administration, he's just lying.
How so?
That's how to put it. Which dead economy did the Tinubu inherit? And whom did he inherit it from? It is APC all along. Why can't he call a spade a spade? Is it not the same APC that Wike told us that they are cancer? How can he leave malaria and enter cancer? Can you just imagine human beings, for God's sake? Eh? Every time they want to defend the inanities, they will tell you, we inherited a bad economy. Did they expose to us what they inherited? Please. Did they say, look, oh, this is how much we got from Buhari, this is how much was left? They didn't. Even at that, from day one, Tinubu started making money when he told us that fuel subsidy is gone. And so he was raking in all the money that was supposed to be used to pay subsidy.
But Barrister, looking at these subsidy conversations, there are conversations surrounding the fact that it takes time for that kind of reform to yield its fruit. Should we believe these particular statements, or
I don't know that the man is lying, because the government they inherited is the same APC. Let nobody be deceived. It is APC, for God's sake. I don't want when people are dodging their responsibility. Tinubu was there when Buhari was in office. Did he ever come out and tell us that this man is not what we agreed to? He told you and I that he will continue where Buhari stopped. Please, do you continue from a bad leadership? Why is nobody interrogating that particular statement made by Tinubu? And true to what he said, he has continued from where Buhari and didn't make it worse. So what about the economy did he inherit? Did Tinubu inherit the exchange rate at 1,600 naira? Please, Nigeria should tell me. The bag of rice we are buying at 35,000 naira under Buhari, was it where we are today?
But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he came when he came aboard, he said that Nigerians are living in denial, that Nigerians were faking it, that it's high time for us to live the life the way it should be by facing the reality the way it should be. He even pointed to his friend who, had to drop all his luxurious cars because he could no longer maintain it to get into a smaller one. And now, when you check all this now was saying, he did not just start with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Buhari also talked about free subsidy removal. And not just that, too. We learned that he stopped paying the subsidy up until June. So are we now going to blame everything on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration?
Fina, the devil's advocate you want to play this morning, it will not fly. Because under PDP for 16 years, they were paying subsidy.
Yes, people were hungry. Nigerians were clamoring for change.
Like
Nigerians came out to vote in 2015 for a change. They did.
APC used propaganda to deceive Nigerians. Did they not tell you that there was nothing like subsidy in our economy? Was it not APC that went to Ojota and protested that Jonathan should not remove fuel subsidy, and Nigerians bought it? If they told them that PDP is a lie, there was no subsidy. That when they enter government, the exchange rate will be 1 naira to $1. In fact, before you will buy it at 15 naira per liter. They told you all this is now. So which other defense does anybody want to make? It cannot help them now.
All right.
All the lies has not been rubbished because of what they are doing in office. PDP was paying subsidy and we are living a life.
Even just
how come when they remove it, everything went bonkers?
Okay, now Miss Maziamobi, let's get your opinion on this particular one. Also, as you react to the fact that, why is it that it's now that APC chieftains, if I'm to use that word, are talking or becoming vocal, or political elites now are becoming vocal about what this present administration inherited from previous one? It was Oshombole, yes, I think last week or thereabouts, that said that the economic woes or suffering come from the ways and means that the former president also, abused or misused when he was there.
Like Barrister said, they cannot divorce themselves from the Buhari's administration. It's a continuum, as it were. So they cannot divorce themselves. This, gara-gara, trying to hoodwink us into believing that there is a clear-cut distinction between Tinubu and Buhari cannot fly. Having said that, the one that pissed me off more, because we are talking about Wike, is the platform Wike used to begin to initiate this idea. I agree you cannot divorce religion from politics to a large extent. I agree to that. But how can a minister go to a church and begin to pontificate? And there's not. I can't fathom. I cannot understand it. And he was picking people one after the other and tearing them into pieces. And the vicar or whoever was, they were enjoying it, and as it were. That is preposterous, as far as I'm concerned. I do not think it is the right thing to do. However, Wike has the right to defend the administration he's working for. But whether the Nigerian people buy into Wike's antics is totally a different ballgame. I think in the final analysis, Wike is demarketing this administration so much. I think so. He's demarketing the Tinubu administration because the way he's all over the place, talking to people, abusing people anyhow, even telling Nigerians what they ought not to hear and all that, bragging, he was writing messages, he was doing this, he was doing that, and all that. That should not be the case.
But the president's administration actually were applauding him. The president also applauded him when he went to
politics. At the evening of the day, you see what will happen.
No,
we'll all be here.
If you say he is demarcating them,
yes, the
president made it open. He told him, he said, "Don't listen to this, naysayers. Don't listen to these people. Just continue what you are doing." So if you think he's demarcating them, why then is it that
this is Nigeria? We'll be here.
Go ahead.
You think Nigerians are not, aware of what is going on? We are sensitive to what the economy is all about. And people cannot come to Nigerians' our faces, and begin to throw dust on us.
Oh, all right then. Sorry.
Tinubu did not remove any subsidy in 2023 because there are incontrovertible facts that since 2023, 300,000 barrels of crude oil has been set aside every day to pay for subsidy. As I'm talking to you today, NNPC have told the federal government that if they don't pay them 7.7 trillion naira subsidy money, they will down tools. And that one should be paid in 210 days. I think that was in March.
That was before the change in administration.
Good. We discussed it here on this platform. Up to today, nobody has come to contradict it. Up to today, nobody. So what is this?
Barrister, your 1 minute is up. Thank you very much.
I don't
1 minute. 1 minute.
No,
We're having concluding thoughts.
I want to tell the prof that I don't buy his facts.
No, well, that's his opinion, and you have yours.
Yeah.
But I don't give you facts.
That's
I'm
okay.
not talking anything. Facts.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Right, to welcome back from that wonderful clip of Barry Sanders speaking on this interview. You see on top of this matter, there are a lot of things involved. Now they tell people, say, at this point, the only person that can use to create distraction, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu can use to create distraction is Wike, being the FCT minister. That is like the Agberu, where we say he talks anyhow, he speaks anyhow, insult anybody. And I say they talk this thing, say, in a short time, Wike go still install Tinubu. In a short time, Wike and Bola Ahmed Tinubu go still get issue. You know why? Because when you carry a sharp object, or a sharp arrow, or a gun to somebody who is not well trained, who is not trained as armed personnel, or who is into paramilitary, who has been trained as armed person, it go turn that thing back to the person who give am take fight am. Now go still shele between Wike and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All right, still on top of this matter. Now there is another interview going on top of the same channel where they were telling Atiku shouldn't contest. That in fact Bola Ahmed should come and tell them what he has done in 2 years. In 2 years, when done the office. In fact, this interview too go shock you. Watch it. I think if you have people like this, Nigeria go better. Watch the video. I'll be right back.
Just like someone said, they said the ADC might not might die even before 2027. You know, that the president is capable to do anything.
No,
he's a Jagaban of politics. He knows how to.
Let me see. This is where I get very, very upset with Nigerians. You know, Jagaban. It's not about Jagaban. This is 2 years plus. What have you done as a president? What have you really done? How have you been able to, show tendencies that you are a Democrat to start with? You truncated a democratically elected government in Rivers State and imposed a military administrator declaring a state of emergency. So what have you done? Is it the fact that Nigerians are being dragged further down the line of poverty? Is it the fact that there is hunger in the land? Is it the fact that there is no accountability? So what have you done? How many of your ministers can really beat their chest and say to Nigerians, we have performed very well. We have lived up to expectation. How many of them? So it's not about saying Jagaban. Is it Jagaban that's going to put food on the table of Nigerians? So I don't want us to.
So are you saying that the APC will fold its arms and watch things happen?
I'm not saying the APC will fold its arms, but all I'm saying is that we need to get out of this mindset of saying, oh, he's a strategist, he's a Jagaban. No. Nigeria is more than anybody. Nigeria, that's the truth. Nigeria is more than anybody.
You can't take that away from Tinubu.
I don't know.
The fact that he's smart.
I don't know what
you know.
Monkey smart because a tree, they close. Move the trees apart and see whether the monkey is smart. I mean, that's the truth. When we all come out and we say, oh, that monkey is smart, that monkey is smart, it's because the trees are closed, so you can always, display. But separate the trees, put them apart, and let's see how smart the monkey is. If President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is as good and a good strategist as he claims, Nigerians won't be crying today. Nigerians won't be thinking of abandoning him halfway. Nigerians will be singing his praises.
Okay.
But are they doing that? I listen to your Yoruba program every morning, and I can see how his own people feel. So if his own people feel that bad, feel so terrible at this government, how do you think other tribes feel? How do you think they feel? Charity begins at home. What have you done? How have you improved the lifestyle of the Nigerian people? We know what Nigerians were going through under Buhari administration. And when you were coming on board, Nigerians believed that, This man is a Democrat. This man fought, in quotes, as they always say, this man fought for democracy. He fought the military. And people believe that, with that behind him, with that as part of his profile, he is a man who says he has studied Nigeria, he understands the problem of Nigeria. But what did you do? Right from the very first day you were being sworn in, you messed up the entire system. You had no ministers. You had nobody in place, no economic team, and you just took a decision. Is that what leadership is all about?
Is the coalition against Tinubu or against APC?
The coalition is against bad governance. The coalition is against. It's not even about Tinubu. It's the people. The people are frustrated. The people are tired. The people are not getting value for what they had expected from Tinubu. That's it. It's not against Tinubu as a person. Tinubu is an individual. Governance is a continuum.
Will El-Rufai say same?
In what way?
He said the coalition is not against Tinubu. Will a Nasir El-Rufai say the same thing?
If Nasir will have a personal grudge with Tinubu, it's not the same with what Nigerians want. Nigerians don't have a grudge with Tinubu. Nigerians have a grudge with bad administration and bad governance. And the fact that you have a president that is not listening to the cries and yearnings of the ordinary Nigerians. And that's why you have a coalition. If you have checked, the coalition is not about political parties. It's about individuals. That's a big difference. When Tinubu was going to form a coalition, he formed a coalition of parties. But this is a coalition of people.
Okay.
And the people,
so that makes the difference.
Good. So it's about the people and the government, of the day. It's not about Tinubu. Tinubu is an individual. But just that he is the one leading and the buck stops on his table. And so anything that goes wrong, he takes responsibility.
The APC has declared that it's not afraid of the opposition coalition under the platform of the ADC. The National Publicity Secretary, APC's National Publicity Secretary, Felix Moka, said that Tinubu has confronted, challenges that none of his predecessors attempted to address. Hence, the party is not scared of the coalition at all. In fact, he went ahead to say something really vital. He said, we are not afraid of coalition, that Tinubu is doing what Nigerians expected him to do.
What he said Nigerians expected him to do?
That's what he said.
If Nigerians expected this from Tinubu, Nigerians will not be grumbling. Nigerians will not be crying. How can you, as a government that has empathy, that have the people, that believe in the people, that love the people, you look at areas like Shomolu, Bariga, but you know that the people living in those areas are the down-to-earth Nigerians, and you move them to Band A. So how is that what Nigerians are expecting? Meanwhile, your minister, who apparently hasn't done anything well, who has not helped Nigerians in terms of electricity, who has no scorecard, is already telling you he wants to go and become a governor. You see how mediocres are ruling this country? So anybody who comes out to tell you, Nigeria, Tinubu is doing what Nigerians were expecting from Tinubu, if he doesn't know, let me tell Felix Moka. What Nigerians were expecting from Tinubu was that fuel was going to be maybe like 98 naira per liter.
Okay.
A bag of rice was going to be 5,000 naira. Transportation from one point to another. Nigerians were expecting that we would start talking about 50 naira being very visible in the system and being used to satisfy something in the lives of Nigerians. Nigerians were expecting that the rent they pay for houses would drop. Nigerians were expecting that school fees would drop. Nigerians were expecting that there would be employment. But do you have any of this in place? What you have, rather, is a situation where government has devised means to generate more revenues to share. I was expecting that when Tinubu came to power, I was expecting one thing would have done is to say, all the largesse being given to ex-governors across the country should be cancelled. He's a beneficiary of it. It's just of recent that the Lagos State House of Assembly reduced what he had approved or signed into law to 50%. But he has been a beneficiary of it. So, if we're talking about somebody who believes in Nigeria, every politician in Nigeria should go and take a cue from Peter Obi. He has come out to say that since he left government, he has not gotten one kobo from Anambra State government. He doesn't have a land allocated to him. But which of these people can come out and claim the same? Can Akpabio claim the same? Can President Bola Tinubu claim the same? So what we were expecting was to have a society that is sane, not a society that is being dragged down the drain by the leadership.
So, welcome back, my fellow Nigerian people, and they'll be there all over the world, wherever you're hearing me. So, on top of this matter, I wouldn't want to say much because the way the country they be now, 2027 will never come. Everywhere going the kitty kume. When it come, waiting go suburb. We don't know. My precious advice to the ADC is to give the presidential ticket to Obi. Yes, I know a lot of people will be like, why is Obi? Why is Obi? Igbo here, Igbo that, Igbo this, Igbo that. Fine. But we're not talking about until we kill this spirit of tribalism, religion, and sentiment, self-centeredness. Now this country will take better. Because now, even the white can see, even the blind feel see and say, the only Messiah we have after God. In fact, the Messiah that God has sent to us in this country is Peter Obi. Yes. No go trust, no can't trust Nigerian politician. No. Agreed. But to some extent, we can see the reality. Okay, look at it from the onset of Jonathan, Buhari, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There is nothing like EFCC inviting Obi to come and say, oh yeah, come and give a candidate take chop money. I become come and confess how this thing takes so bubble. You know happen, no? And still yet it's still bouncing the people's choice. For this junction, no, I'm going to come out to make it no be like say, at the tuke. Once again, I want this opportunity to take this shout out for all my fans. Hey, you people are doing well, oh. You people are trying. May God bless you. Money we go take buy that, take feed your family, take clothes, take suburb as a young man, as a family man. God no go allow that many, make it scarce you. Thank you so much for all the comment, for all the sharing, and the way una take they make me the suburb say, una be the best. Mona continue to share them because this country share them for another man to see, so that the news go viral. Say yes for this country. It must be better again. Bye bye.